Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
And it is Monday. Let's go.
It's one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet is to stay away, mother. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he says, she says bullshit. I think you better quit, let shit slip, or you'll be leaving with a fat lip.
Okay, let's go. 6:04, it is 62 degrees, another beautiful morning here in Chicago. Going to get up to about 80 today. But listen, we got a lot to get into. Of course, what happened over the weekend to catch you up and what's going forward. And let's just get right into it and remind you, because it's 6:04 right now. And coming up, before we give you the fact that makes your brain go, so right before that at 6:30, we will get into it. It's starting the golden ticket.
Yay! This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that, Brian.
I'm quite aware that it's all the years of doing this. It makes me so happy this time of the year when we do this right now, where the golden ticket, maybe you're a new listener. Maybe someone turned you on to the show. Maybe someone turned on to Q101. Welcome to the party, because coming up at 6:30, you have your chance to qualify for the golden ticket. Access to everything Q101 does for an entire year free. You will get into.
Now, just to clarify, yes, everything we do, like, example, all of our pop-ups, all of our lounges, but, like, also just concert. It doesn't have to be, like, our concert. It doesn't have to be Twisted Christmas. Like, you're going to go to Lollapalooza, Riot Fest. I mean, I can't even, all the shows coming up. I know 21 Pilots are going to be here.
Yeah.
I know that Avril Lavigne's going to be here. There's some huge shows this year.
And that's the good part, is that when you qualify, you actually get tickets to a specific show. Now, this morning at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30, right around that time, a little bit earlier, just make sure you're here. We'll let you know exactly when it's going to happen, just like last week with Green Day, that you get Cage the Elephant tickets for Wednesday at Credit Union One Arena.
Woo!
Now, that's the Credit Union One Arena, not the amphitheater, which the arena is for former UIC Pavilion, which I still like to call it, of course. But that's where it is Wednesday night. So 2 days away, Cage the Elephant, you'll be there. You'll get the tickets. You will get them. Then qualifying with the golden ticket also at that point, which is for everything we do, like Kenzie said. And it goes from pretty much Riot Fest to Riot Fest. So you'll be all the way in between for all
and
those shows.
Riots. You get to riot twice.
Yeah, for rioting. Because you got a friend that can riot with you.
It's 6 days of riots. Very fun.
So all that coming up this morning. I remind you, 6:30, right before we do the fact, we will get that out to you. The first word, first person qualifying for the golden ticket and the first Cage tickets coming up.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And coming up, a fact that makes your brain go. So before we get to that fact at 6:30, we will give out the first keyword. We'll start it. This is the golden ticket, a chance to get access to everything Q101 does for an entire year. And just for qualifying, you get Cage the Elephant tickets for Wednesday's show at the Credit Union One Arena. So right around 6:30 here, do not go anywhere. You're the first person that has a chance at this once in a lifetime, incredibly historic, and let's face it, life-changing and also bank account changing, because you get to go to everything. So that's coming up here in just a few minutes at 6:30. We'll give the first keyword out. Now, a fact that makes your brain go. 50% of Chicagoans lie about this one specific thing every day. So half the people you know, half people you just bump into on the street, maybe at work that you're just kind of friends with, they're lying to you, half of them, about this one specific thing.
Their happiness.
Okay, that's Kenzie's guess. Case, what do you think?
The last time they read a book.
Okay, those are both really good. Their happiness and the last time you read a book.
Everybody always, I was just reading that. No, you weren't. You weren't just reading
Well,
something.
listen to the audiobook. I've caught my husband telling people how much he's read. I'm like, well, you're listening.
Yeah, you do have to clarify that, because listening to an audiobook is fine and it's great. You should do that. Sometimes.
Brave stance.
But sitting and opening a book and reading it is a complete different activity.
Well, because people wonder how my husband has so much time to get through these novels. It's like, wow, is that all you're doing is studying? It's like, no, he's listening to it in the background while he's eating and working out. No.
Well, that's the thing. It's like they're that different, whereas like reading a book and then listening to an audiobook is kind of like working out versus eating a pizza. They're so different. They're not even on the same realm.
No.
So you can't be bragging that you're reading if you're listening to audiobooks.
He tells everyone how much he reads. So to keep his point, big liar.
Do you ever call him out in front of anybody and
Everybody, all the time. I'm doing it on the radio right now.
Okay, but personally maybe you're with somebody. No, we're clear, he doesn't read at all. He can't read. That's what I'm getting at is he can't read.
He can't even read.
Yeah. He's got passed along because he had a decent jump shot. That's what happens in America. All right, so coming up here in 9 minutes, maybe a little less, the first key word for the golden ticket. Before we give you that fact of 50% of Chicagoans are lying about this every day, and we'll tell you what that is.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Now is your chance to qualify for the golden ticket. Please don't text and drive. Standard message and data rates apply.
Q 101.
Well, here we go. This is the first one of many opportunities for you to acquire the golden ticket. Access to everything Q101 does for an entire year, free. You will be in there. And it starts with Cage the Elephant. We're going to qualify you for tickets for Cage the Elephant this Wednesday night. And then after that, you qualify, you get everything we do. This is the biggest thing, one of the biggest things we do all year long. I'm glad it's finally here. Let's go. It's been busy with Lala and Green Day, but let's get into it. All you got to do is text CAGE, C-A-G-E, to 312-591-8300. C-A-G-E, CAGE. Text that right now to 312-591-8300 for your chance to win those tickets and the golden ticket.
Okay. It seems like an easy one, doesn't it?
Yes.
What do you think that's going to get sent to me?
I'm hoping just, Cage. I hope
Me
that.
too.
Don't overthink it. Let's go and let's get into it. And good luck, everybody, because listen, we see these people the rest of our lives, pretty much the last 5 years, 6 years. I've been seeing both all of the golden ticket winners. So here we go. Fact that makes your brain go, I wasn't lying to you there. It's an incredible experience.
I see what you did there.
But 50% of Chicagoans are lying to you every day. Kenzie thinks it's about their happiness.
It's not bad. Well, you're like, how are you? And everyone's like, fine.
Good.
Everything's good.
Good.
Everything's good.
The higher my voice gets, the more I'm lying, usually people determine.
Yeah.
Good. It's good. Dogs are barking. That's good. Because sometimes you just don't want to get into it. But I think it's funny when
it's like, I also don't think it's their intent in the hallway to really hear what's going on. Well, how do you find a seat?
I actually love it when you say what's going on and people just get into everything in their life.
I do love it.
Because it's just like, whoa, that's a lot to unpack. But also, I think it makes them feel better to really tell somebody about what's really going on and just saying, good. Case thinks if 50% of people are lying about reading a book. And as we made very clear, listening to an audiobook does not count as reading.
This is true. It's two totally different things.
Period. You listen to an audiobook? Awesome, but you listen to it. You didn't read it. It's the word is the verb. You can't say that.
Sitting down and opening a book to that little introduction page is almost terrifying.
Well, you've been reading an Elon Musk autobiography for 5 years. It was written before he bought Twitter, and every time we talk about books, you go, yeah, man, I'm reading this Elon Musk thing. You're not reading it. It's collecting dust.
But if I'm halfway through, does it count as I'm reading it?
No, because you are halfway through before the pandemic.
How did you not finish it during the pandemic? Out of all the times, I could understand if you started and then things opened again, but how did you not read it once things closed?
I started doing everybody else. I started binging Squid Game and other things.
Well, you were doing dancing TikToks.
That's right.
With your wife.
I had to work on those. A lot of stuff happened during the pandemic for me.
Oh, you're busy.
Busy guy.
Both you guys are wrong, and here it is. And this may seem obvious, but some real deep data has been done on this, and it's kind of disturbing when you think about it. The average person in Chicago is lying 50% of the time about being honest on their dating apps, their profile. Now, I think you might be thinking, well, probably everybody lies and all that. Well, as an experienced dating app person, because I met my wife on Match, and now married 3 years with a baby, everything's working out just great.
Shouts out.
I lied on my dating profile. I mean,
What'd you lie about?
nothing about.
You're already tall. I mean, Good Lord. What?
That's the biggest thing with women, right? The guys say they're like 6 foot and they're 5'10" or 5'9" or
They're like
5'7".
5'3". It's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
I wish I had taken a screenshot because Megan likes to bring it up all the time. But I said I love working out.
What?
Yeah. I am active, but I don't love working out. I mean, who loves really working out? And
Then why'd you feel the need to write it?
because I thought it made me look better. I just thought, oh, this guy likes to work out. That's cool. You know, what girl
I date this guy.
would you think that's nice if a guy said I liked working out in my
No,
profile?
I'd be like, what a douche.
Why?
Because that would just be solos. You know, love getting in that gym. Like, no thanks.
I don't think
want a guy who's like,
I don't think I said it that way. Would that be amazing?
That's how
I
you
should
hear
have.
it.
I should have said it that
I
way.
clock into the Iron Mines
That's
every
what
day.
I
I do some
mean.
work.
it sounded like the guy. It would sound like Will Ferrell and Iron Man. Like, it's boring, but it's my life. Like, he's
Yeah.
pumping. Like, no thanks. I want a guy who's like, God, we should try really good restaurants and then go get dessert. I'm like, absolutely. I don't need someone pressuring me to be at the gym every day. Suck one. Leave me alone.
I went on a long arc of basketball, Muay Thai, kickboxing. I went, and you know.
You're posting your personal bests.
Yeah. Now I will say before you come at me here, I drew the line at a shirtless pic at that time.
I bet because you didn't love working out. I'm sure the shirtless pic would have been an immediate indication.
Well, I could have said, "Here's my before picture. When do you see the after?"
Oh, yikes.
That'd have got people in, right?
And listen, there's probably some girls out there who like love working out and like you guys are meant for each other. I just think it wouldn't be a turn on for me. It's not what I'm looking for.
Well, that's the problem. Having been, I don't think you were were you big on dating apps at all?
No, I only so after I got cheated on, I made a Tinder and then I just you get super liked on Tinder.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. And
I mean, I've heard
Yeah,
about
well,
it.
some people get super liked on Tinder.
I've
I
only,
just got a bunch of those one night and then I deleted it because I felt better after getting cheated on. That's what I did. I'm like, okay, a lot of people super like me. I'm fine.
those poor people waiting who gave the super like. They took that one super like they weren't paying for and gave it
less
to
than
you.
24 hours.
I remember you could buy more super likes.
Is that what happens? I don't know because I didn't select people. But what sucked, this is so funny. The one night I had it, I was sitting there with my roommate. I'm like, guys suck, whatever. I just got cheated on. And I'm scrolling through and I'm getting super liked. And we stumble across her boyfriend.
Yikes.
And she's like, what? And she goes, swipe on him, see if he responds to you. I go, nope. I go, not playing this game. I don't like it. I don't want to participate at all. It's a dangerous place.
Nick the G-Man checked in and said Brian put GTL on his profile. Gym, tan, laundry, let's go.
Whiter than Casper, another thing you lied about.
I really wish I would have kept that profile somewhere. I did keep it for a little while after dating Megan, and then her friends came at me. Why are you still on Match? I go, because I paid ahead.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
not just going to cancel something I paid ahead on. I can't get the money back.
Well, just in case, what if Megan would have left you?
Well, that's what they looked at it as for some reason I would leave Megan, which is ridiculous. So they thought, that she might bail on me. I said, well, listen, it's just kind of fun. I like going through the profiles. It's fun.
That's not a good thing to say.
It didn't work.
No, I like going through the profiles.
They still bring that up. Case, were you big on dating apps at all?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, okay.
Tinder, Bumble, Hinge. I met my girlfriend on Hinge.
Hinge seems to be the one lately now that when people say they met their person on there, it's real. And I'm not being demeaning. I'm just saying it seems like Hinge is people that have been together the longest that I know met on Hinge, it seems like.
I loved it. I had more dates through Hinge
Match has been good for me, but I mean right now.
No,
Yeah.
I had more dates through Hinge than anything else. I enjoyed my time on the app. I met a lot of nice ladies there.
Did you do any of the the white supremacist ones, like farmers only?
Did I do any of the white supremacist dating apps?
Lord.
I don't think so.
I always felt because you know how Black People Meet came out?
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden I started seeing farmers only. And I'm like, it might as well be called You Know What We Mean. That's how I felt when I saw it.
I think there's plenty of farmers out there that need to meet each other.
I'm like, okay.
As deep as I got was Plenty of Fish. Remember that one?
Did you do Plenty of Fish? It was free, right?
That was the free one.
Oh,
Yep.
Did you do Christian Mingle?
I think I did for
Did
a little
you?
bit.
Yeah.
I think I was on Christian Mingle. And then
eHarmony was the one that you're supposed to find love on. Remember that one?
I
You
did
had to
that
pay
one.
a lot of money.
Well, it wasn't just that. You had to answer a questionnaire. It was 100 questions. They said, we can make it better for you if you do this. I got through 23 questions. I'm like, screw this.
It was
Right,
like that
they're
Elon
about-
Musk book. You just said, screw this.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore.
The questions are about you. It's not like a quiz.
Yeah, but I'm like, if I do all this, then there's no reason to date them because they already know every single possible thing about me with this. And I want to be able to talk to them about some of the things I like at some point.
Like I leave so many interesting facts.
Yeah.
I'm blowing my wad early.
Yeah.
Man, what am I going to say?
I put like everything on the table? Calm down. Jeez.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, once again, with the golden ticket, we just did the first keyword. It's going to be happening every hour, all day long with us, with Lauren and Brian Phillips for the next several weeks. Your chance to get access to everything Q101 does for an entire year. All the shows, everything, lounges, Twisted, everything. So the keyword is CAGE, C-A-G-E. Text that right now to 312-591-8300 for a chance to win. You'll get Cage the Elephant tickets for this Wednesday, and then you're qualified for the golden ticket. Again, text CAGE to 312-591-8300. Do it right now. As we get into the highlights of your weekend, some people checking in. It's my daughter Aurora's 6th birthday today.
Aww.
And she always asks to listen to the funny people. Now he puts quotes, you guys,
Thank you.
on the radio.
Thank you very much.
That was a close one.
I know. I'm like, so what do you guys do every morning?
And that's Brian checking in from Chicago, but his daughter's name is Aurora. Happy 6th birthday, Aurora.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Let's go. A lot of people also checking in about some guy made a picnic table and burned it. You know, I mean that in a good way. Like he burned the ends on it. You know, you see a picnic table like some wood that's charred. I've seen that on the.
Like he stained it, designed it. Okay.
So cool, making stuff over the weekend, spending that time to do that.
Can you imagine making a picnic table?
No, they sell them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That guy knows the joy of building something
I
he's going
know.
to sit on, and then every time they have dinner on there or lunch or whatever, I built this. See how I built this? That looks amazing. That's amazing, bro. Good job.
I wouldn't be able to stop talking about it if I built a picnic table. It'd be the only thing I'd talk about for the rest of my life.
Would you buy a shirt that said I built a picnic
I
table?
would. I'd buy a shirt and put the picnic table on the shirt so that people know that I built that picnic table.
This is a good one. You
Exactly.
need a picture of it.
American made.
That's great. That's
Well, we know
great.
that's not going to happen because you had your mom come over and put an IKEA shelf together. So.
That's true. But my mom could build a picnic table and then I could take credit for it. That'd be a really good use of my time.
Absolutely.
So check in at 312-591-8300. Now, myself and Case, the producer, and went to the Metallica show Friday, as we talked about on the show around this time, actually, on Friday. And we discussed the seating arrangement, what it should be. So it was me, my wife, Case, and his girlfriend. And Kenzie had said that the girls should sit on the outside with me
That's
and
not
Case.
what I said.
Isn't it?
Why would the girls sit on the outside?
Because I thought you said they could protect us better than we could protect them.
Brian, I believe we were advocating for the girls to sit on the
You
outside.
wanted the girls on the outside. You said that. You wanted to sit next to Case and talk about foot pedals.
That's right. Guitar pedals. What's
Yes.
what's he using on Fade to Black here? That'd be wonderful to know.
Exactly. And I said, you shouldn't do that. I don't think it's going to go well.
Yeah. So instead, it was. So you wanted us on the outside and the girls on the inside of the four
Yes.
seats.
And then when you said absolutely not, I have to sit next to Case, I said you should have aisle, Case next to you, then Mackenzie, then Megan, because Megan could protect Mackenzie. if you insist on being next to Case.
Got it. Well, what we did was I was on the aisle, then my wife next to me,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was Mackenzie, and then Case.
Yeah.
So Case was on the outside on the other side.
Were you scared, Case? Because I feel like I saw the picture, you're sitting next to another guy.
No, I was sitting next to Lauren's dreamy husband, so it was all
Oh,
okay.
it was Lauren's husband.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
gorgeous.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
Love him.
Love
him.
No wonder you were willing to not sit next to Brian. He's like, no, I'll sit on the outside, like Kenzie said.
Oh my God! If you guys thought Lauren was good looking, she's got a better half. Let's just say that her husband is dreamy.
A lot of people were.
And so talented. He has so many skills. So he used to play in local H, obviously, like super talented. Then was like, you know what? I'm just going to make custom furniture. He could build a picnic table.
Oh, hell yes.
It's unbelievable.
And a lot of people checked in. They think he looks like David Beckham, and they're kind of right.
He does.
Yeah.
It's an apt comparison. No, I had the time of my life sitting next to Lauren's husband, and then as Metallica launched into Harvester of Sorrow, seeing Lauren and her husband passionately kiss each other.
Oh my
Which
God,
is the
that's
most
amazing.
on-brand Lauren thing I've ever seen.
What a beautiful moment. Lauren did the whole show and just like rocked out with the metal horns up.
Oh my God.
Harvester of sorrow.
She's probably pregnant right now because of Metallica. I hope you know that. She's next.
She's like, honey, I love you. Harvester of sorrow. Dun, 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 dun.
She's like, we should have another one. Like she heard that song and thought that.
It was,
should
an,
reproduce.
it was an incredible show. I've never seen a stage like that ever. I took the whole field of Soldier Field, and as Dan, one of our friends that works here, said he's never seen that many people in Soldier Field before, ever.
It was packed. It was, it's Soldier Field, so it's built for that. The whole thing was fantastic. It was my first time seeing Metallica. I know, Brian, you've seen them a dozen times at this point, but it was an energy that I've never felt before. Seeing that many people, yes, being into Mammoth, the opening band with Wolfgang Van Halen, and yes, being into Pantera, but then Metallica comes on and it's a whole nother ballgame, and you feel as if you're going to church to some degree because it feels like a religious experience.
Well, that's what Kay said to me, Kenzie. And there at one point, there's a chant of the song going, of Creeping Death, where the whole crowd starts going, and I know you won't be love this, but die, 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 die. Die, die, die. It sounds really weird without the music.
It really does.
That sounds very negative. Is everyone okay?
And Case thought he was being initiated into a cult during that part of the song.
I really never experienced energy like that before with 50,000 people all yelling die at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Case and I have had conversations about this before because he plays me some of his favorite new bands that are fresh out of their parents' garage that are up and coming. And I'm always like, this is why you're so upset all the time. This is why you're tense. Let's a little more Hozier. You know what I mean? Like a slight dash more just to balance it out. It's so aggressive.
There's nothing more cathartic than listening to for me.
Die.
Yeah, that's right. Die, 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 die. There was a beautiful moment when they played Fade to Black, which was a song that's now, I can't believe it, 40 years old, 84, where James talked about what that song means to everybody. And it's so like 2024 when he's talking about the meaning of that song and what they wrote when they were like 18 years old in 1984.
This here song, Fade to Black, 1984, was written about suicidal thoughts. And you're lying if you haven't thought about it. But you have friends, you have family, you have people around you that care. Don't listen to those voices in your head. Get them outside. Tell your friends. Because you are not alone. You are in the Metallica family. Are you with me?
You may have felt the need to say that after Creeping Death was earlier. Die, 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 die.
He's like JK, though. Not like for realsies.
Yeah. We'll keep checking in on your highlight of the weekend, 312-591-8300. We'll get to some more coming up after the break. And first, Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is National Vinyl Records Day. Oh, the original pops and scratches of vinyl. Not like the fake ones they put in digital hip-hop songs today. Sir Mix-a-Lot turns 61 today. And these days, he mixes a lot of Metamucil. Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits turns 75 today. These days, he does the mall walk of life. Singer Elle King says she can go 4 or 5 years without talking about her dad, Rob Schneider. That's nothing, replied casting agents. And a plane carrying the Carolina Panthers ran off the runway after it failed to take off. And that, my friends, is what we call symbolism. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.